Greetings everyone and welcome back to some more Sorcery. Yeah, I jumped right in and explored the, I believe, west side of the city. East side, I'm sorry, where's this from this side? No time to waste, really. Return to the west side of the square. Javin appears to go back to sleep. Aiedail lowed west into a rundown area of the city. The sun is beginning to lower and the air begins to cool. I mean, I feel pretty upset to not exploring those, by the way. These Towers of Doom, I don't know how else you're supposed to call them. But I think that would be for the best for now. Maybe the other side will be easier. Although I really doubt. The wind picks up as the evening draws on. It will be dark soon. No matter the time, the square is bustling. Mampang is isolated but active. Which way now? The buildings on the eastern edge are a little more ramshack. An arch leads to another smaller yard. An alley runs past it. A pillar sits to the north of here. You peer over at the archway. A few merchants go this way and that into the building, some kind of market perhaps. A prisoner stoops, half asleep, inside the stocks. Glancing down to the alley, you see a distant touch of smoke, some kind of fire? You could cross this square or explore the fringers. Oh, it's this building, I see. Huh. But we could head there. You march through the arch into a well-appointed empty courtyard. From a small booth by the entranceway, a guard nods to you. Soldier? Yeah, I'm a soldier now. Get out of my lawn. You step out into the central courtyard that fills this enclosure. The place is blessedly quiet, with several roads leading out of it. A dome looks up at the sky and you spot the occasional birdman flying overhead. A fountain placed in the center of the courtyard. You look around the courtyard, but there isn't much to see beyond the fountain and the benches that surround it. The doors are a mixture of shops and storage rooms. A few brightly feathered birds flaps passed overhead. This little square is almost comfortable. Yeah, it does look really nice. The water from the fountain plays merrily over several stone statues, set into the center of the bowl. Arching strays, whipping maidens, aged men, head-butting orcs. It must tell some legend, but what the legend might be has clearly been lost in time and the wearing water. Should we eat some food? We could, but I think I'd rather wait with it till I go sleep, because I'm not entirely sure this is a thing, but I think when you eat before or after the sleep, it gives you more stamina, because you're resting plus you're eating. Though, I have just 4 rations left, that doesn't sound like that much. A door leads out to the main square of the inner city, but there are several other doors leading off from the courtyard. One is signed Nilok. Did someone ever mention Nilok? Oh look, there is this... Oh, you see, if we manage to go through this tunnel here, which I can't show you now, this is end of this tunnel, we would end up somehow getting inside this room. The thing is though, I couldn't figure out how actually open this. You slip into a small side room. Inside are a pile of crates in the side room that are marked with the seal of Kare. Oh. There are several stacked crates, each bearing the official mark of Kare First Noble. What are they doing here? A few large empty crates lie under the starboard at the back of the room. You open one of the large crates. Empty and roomy. It occurs to you that you could hide your guard's uniform in one of those boxes for use later. Why would I do that? What good does that make? I could leave the uniform here, go back and get the monk uniform. But I'm not... I kind of don't see... I kind of don't see how much useful would it be. I also don't want just run around in my normal clothes. Of course I'm vigilante here. Do I want to open a sealed crate? Shit, I'm curious. Fuck it. Don't kill me. The crate are nailed shut, but you manage to slip your long sword between two boards. You pry off the lid. Inside are stacks of magical armor. The kind you saw used in Kare by Vic's army of werewolves. How could they possibly be here? And if it's here, is Vic here too? You saw several sets of lupin armor up close during your time in Kare. This looks familiar though, perhaps not as well made. Should we get Vic armor? I'm afraid this is scenario if I wouldn't had an actual armor of guard. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I would be in the monk costume or without costume, then that would be useful. You know, I don't really want to do that now. But it's good to know. If I die, I need to reply everything. You step out into the courtyard once more. For once the sun is shining in Mapang. It is refreshing to feel the warmth on your face. Which way now? Oh. This is a really neat place actually. I do like the drawings a lot in this. You approach the guard's room. The guard turns to you with a narrowed, unfriendly eyes. What? That might be a mistake actually. Can I ask you a question? Why? You seem quite intelligent. She shakes her head. I'm an idiot, and I know it. With that, she waves you away. You head back to the courtyard. Okay, fine then. Screw you, man. There's way more to explore. Beep. You choose a small side door, which opens to reveal dirty living quarters. A very rack covers the floor and an unmade bed lies in the corner. A wood chest sits on its foot, facing an empty table. What are those faces here? Kind of looking around. There is one face like in the middle. There is a face on the bed. And even the chair top looks like some faces. That looks kind of spooky. I have bad feelings about this. This is presumably home to some lowly guard or other. You go over to the bed and rifle through the ratty covers to discover nothing but a stained mattress. Hay pokes out of one side. You dig around in the hay and discover the last rat to attempt the same thing, but nothing more. You peer underneath the bed, with your weapon drawn, but all you find is an old shirt. Should we lie down? I could use some rest, actually. And didn't it say it gets dark soon? The room seems safe enough for you to rest. The bed is uncomfortable, but you still feel refreshed after a short time. Oh, good. You get to your feet once more. Then you hear a slight click from the ceiling. A portcullis begins to drop across the doorway. You dash forward and take a heroic leap for the closing gap, but you don't make it. The gate catches you in the leg, pinning you into place. The hissing noise grows from somewhere behind you. You struggle against the door, but you cannot move. The portcullis has fallen through your leg. What? The fumes surround you now, a choking green cloud. No! Did I just fucking die? You have been poisoned. You feel the cold vial of death surrounding you, but a moment later you find yourself moving. No! Fuck me! I knew there is something shady about this fucking... Why there is a room in the fucking courtyard where you can just... Okay, let's stay calm. I'm quite sure there is a spell Wait, it doesn't let me like pick a fucking second. It lets me do Z, which I still not entirely sure what it does completely. I mean, I have general idea, but... PVFZ L V M Shit! Okay, let me do Z again. E doesn't do anything. A doesn't do anything. It's like the Z is the only spell I can use now. E, E, A. Oh? Nope. I don't think this will help me very much. You do not cast the spell, but rather it casts you, pulling you open only to scatter you into the winds. What? Then you hit the ground in one piece and a thin alleyway leading from the grave. That is where you meet the beggar, but he is nowhere to be seen. You lost 1 point of maximum stamina. Fuck! I mean, it's okay. But does this mean I'm not poisoned anymore? Or does this mean I'm just like... escaped from there? You pat yourself down, you're quite alive. What is more, you have all your possessions and gold, and a knowledge intact. The narrow alley mouth opens into the square. The sun disappears, heading towards the horizon. Man... I don't know what to think about it really. I think we were lucky, if anything. You emerge from the alleyway into the edge of the main square. I kind of want to check the other rooms though. The sun is sinking. You stride out into the middle of the public square where Mapang inhabitants go about their business. In the center is a huge statue of a faceless man. Quite sure I had some medicine spell. But am I poisoned still? Does it, or does the Z make me not poisoned anymore? It doesn't fucking say anything. I really don't know. What does it say? Oh yeah, Nylock. $1. That might be the Nylock shop. Oh yeah, indeed. I have some gold actually. That's promising. Holy shit. Ah, that guy have lots of stuff which I don't know will I ever will be able to use. You enter a trade pot of some kind. A bald woman with one eye leans on a corner flanked by shelves stacked with gods and trinkets. At this moment she's talking to a finely dressed traveler. The merchant Nylock glances up as you enter, then returns to her bargaining. The merchant is shaking her head, not meeting the eyes of a traveler. Listen, I do want what you have, but if I buy it at the price, that will have my head with the due respect, of course. I see. I must give this some thought, rumbles the traveler. You hover listening, but the trader behind the counter has noticed you. Well? And what do you want? The man at the corner seems to notice you for the first time. Something about the man seems familiar, and it would appear to feeling is mutual. You! The man gasped. Indeed, you reply with no idea who the man is. I saw you in the darkness, when the gate turned to fire and the goblins were destroyed. Vic? But of course, you must have seen sketches of my face at least on the walls and pampers that cover Kare. The man puffs out his chest. Vic Senshel, first noble of the city pot of thieves, and you, I think, are the Analander. Nylock lifts her head briefly. You know this stranger? Vic grabs you around the shoulder. Why, my dear friend, here is the reason my first noble. He's aided me in defeating the Marsh Goblin hordes that returned at the city on the day of my ascension. Says Nylock. She goes back to reading in her ledger again. That's right, it's me, I did it. We showed those goblins a thing or two, eh? And how is Kat now? Changing. The first thing I did was remove the council. Amazing how much more efficient things can be when there are only one voice in charge. And a businessman voice at head. He flashes a smile at Nylock, but her 1A is looking elsewhere. You can really start making those kinds of changes you like to see. You still sell slaves? Yeah, he was the bad guy, isn't it? I kind of vaguely remember he was leading the army to fight goblins, but he wasn't the good guy either. You still use werewolves? Werewolves? Nylock looks up sharply. He shushes you. Keep it down! You want to give away trade secrets? The esteemed Archmage? He says, glancing at Nylock, merely wishes to know how to acquire such disciplined force. I have heard enough. I'm sure it's a lucrative deal. For everyone. I'm doing well. Perhaps enough to share a little. Yeah. He smiles acidly. I doubt it, but then he considers a moment more. Still, Vic knows a deal when he says it. You not only save the city, you are the one who helps me rise the first noble, so what are you interested in? Information. I think that might be most valuable. Still a sharp one, I see. Now, I'm not entirely sure why you are here in Mapang, but... And don't tell me. But that is what I know. This is the second shipment of armor I've brought to the Archmage, so he may have some of my unique soldiers blowing around. Oh. That's why I would want his fucking armor then. Huh? And? He looks at the oblivious Nylock and draws you close. Well, to make the armor light enough for packing, I had a cut corner here and there just for efficiency's sake, of course. The point is the armor is weak above the left shoulder. Hit the clasp there and it might well. He demonstrated with one dropping hand. Don't mention this to anyone. Goodbye, Vic. He gives you a wide smile and claps you on the shoulder. A pleasure as always. His smile couldn't be more insincere. He goes over to a pile of papers and begins sorting through them. Nylock is unimpressed. You cut politely. What kind of goods are traded here? What? Oh, you still here? I'm robbing you. No, I want to buy something, maybe. Good for you. You browse around her stock. Blood candles, golden egg, provisions. What I could want a golden egg for? There's worth only 12 gold. What I could want blood candles for? It's only 7. Let me think about it for a little. Blood candles might be used for some spells. Shit, golden egg as well. Do I need some provisions? Because I could afford both of these things. Should we get it? I feel like it might be nice to get it. And then maybe come back if I get more money somehow. You buy 4 blood candles. Gutsy. Nylock says as she takes your money. Just candles, Vic observes. Vic is fussing around at the back of the shop. Why do you say that? You demand, but Nylock refuses to collaborate. Ignore her, Vic says. Those Mampanginans. Nylock makes a mark on her ledger to note the sale. Golden egg. Fuck it, let's just buy it. I feel like buying it. It's just what I feel like. You buy a golden egg, built inside a gold spoon nest. Nylock doesn't know what it is for. For a lady friend, maybe, Vic teases. The Serrated smiles sincerely, perhaps hoping you'll buy more, perhaps hoping you'll leave. Vic watches you in with some interest. You sell some strange things, he observes. Go to the market if you want the usual stuff. Don't bother me about it. That's enough, Nylock shrugs. I don't think he's gonna tell me anything, or she, because I realize the game refers to everyone as she. I have some questions. Good for you. She responds, picking her teeth with a handy rat bone. What do you do here in Mapang? What do you suppose I do? She replies, waving her head around the shop. I took you for more than a storeholder. She grumbles a little. Well, you are right. This is a warehouse, not a shop. Thought I'd like your gold if you wave at me. I coordinate trade with the Archmage. What kind of trade? All of it. What can you tell me about the Archmage? He employs me. So you met him? Of course. I haven't met him. He's probably dead, but I didn't say that I just handled the trading. How did you lose your eye? I fell behind my bed. How did it come out? A guard did me the honor of detaching it for me. I never been able to satisfactorily thank him for it, although believe me, I have tried. What was his name? She was Captain, but don't you go pretending you're some kind of hero of the average me. I'm just a bald shop owner and you're some smelly stranger. Get out of my shop before you make me look bad. She pauses to scratch. Now, do you want anything else? No, I'm leaving! Okay. Splendid! Vic salutes to you. Be seeing you, he grumbles. Well, I kind of burst through this section because I see I'm recording for quite a while now. But I know what we're gonna do next. Next we're gonna go and try to get this armor actually, because I feel that might be useful. Because Archmage uses this armor to look like some more advanced guards. From what I did understand. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We covered quite a lot in this one. I hope you have a lovely weekend, guys, and farewell.